I'd like to share one of Dr. Vashmir's images from her Token Economy book to reinforce key points and visually summarize the history of Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. In the 1990s, Web 1, the Internet of Information, heralded in the information economy with the public launch of the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web was created by inventor and English computer scientist, Sir Tim Berners-Lee. The World Wide Web introduced a new standard that allowed for creating visually appealing web pages using just a few lines of code. The web changed the Internet user experience from command-line interfaces to web pages. Web pages allowed for surfing the Internet using hyperlinks, making accessing information on the Internet more accessible to more people. Anyone could now use the Internet. It became referred to as the information superhighway and featured such apps as web browsers and search engines. As they say, history often rhymes. Just as in 1991 with Web 1, today's Web 3, based on blockchain, also introduces a new standard using cryptography and just a few lines of code, this time in the form of smart contracts and tokenizing digital assets stored in digital wallets. Today's cryptographically signed digital assets and pseudonym-assigned digital wallets are yesterday's web pages, making it more accessible for more people to exchange digital goods and services on this next iteration of the Internet. Web 3 extends the revolution started by the Web 2 social web in the early 2000s through wikis, social media, and enhanced e-commerce. The Web 2 app revolution was accelerated by hardware revolution with the launch of the world's first smartphone, the iPhone, in the year 2007. In the Web 2 iteration, apps were no longer read-only. They could be used to read and write simultaneously, which opened the doors to consumer-created shared content. This revolutionized social and economic interactions, bringing producers and consumers of information, goods, and services closer together. But Web 2 has come with a catch. It requires a middleman, a platform that acts as a trusted intermediary between two or more parties. These intermediaries come at a cost, either through charging high transaction fees or through monetization and sometimes exploitation of consumer data and producer content. In contrast, Web 3 leverages blockchain as a trust protocol connecting people peer-to-peer instead of through a third party. This retains the ability for consumers and producers to use trusted transactions to read and write to the Internet, while also allowing people to own their data, identities, and digital content. Web 3 puts people, us, in control of how and when our data and media are used, and by whom, while also granting us the ability to individually monetize our time, attention, data, goods, and services. This shifts the Internet from a place where we can publish and share information to where we can mint tokens, thereby transacting things of value directly with each other, no middleman, peer-to-peer. A tokenized Internet where we read, write, own, making this Web 3 iteration of the Internet of value. Would you like to read more about Web 3? To learn more about Web 3, check out the World Economic Forum's post titled Web 3, the hype and how it can transform the Internet on the WEF website at wefforum.org.